media is back for the final third in school. One of the cohorts has not returned to timetable lessons. Grade 12 students have been on study leave, and their final exams kickstarted this week. On his final day, we snagged a moment with the grade 12 student, Thijman, who's ready to go the distance.
Preparing for exams is not a sprint, it's more like a marathon. So for me, the preparation for exams, it started the first day of school. And from then, every day, every moment, you work towards those exams.
Our reporter Leia dives deeper into the interview with Thijman, looking back over his time at ISL.
Thank you, Cooper. Yes, this is a very significant time in the lives of our grade 12s. They had a lot of fun on their last day at school before going on study leave, with pranks at DP involving lots of post-it notes and furniture rearranging, water fights on Ealing Common, a breakfast at 1:39, and a farewell parade through the school. On a more serious note, as you all know, the grade 12 students are preparing to bid farewell to their beloved school. As they gear up to leave behind the memories and experiences they've shared over the years, the question looms: how will this affect them? We spoke to Thijmen to find out more.
I think one thing I always remember is the first day at ISL, where everyone was so welcome, and from the start, right away, it felt like it was a really warm environment, a really nice community. I've been part of the debating club, which has been really nice. Unfortunately, I got to know more people, and I've also done the Duke of Edinburgh Award, which was really a great memory, something I'll never forget, especially the expeditions we did. I've also been part of the student government, which was really nice. And I was doing the finances, which was also a great opportunity to talk about, for example, a personal statement or our student reference.
As Thijman moves forward, he also looks back, reflecting on the wealth of experiences that have shaped him. But what is his advice for those of us still navigating the halls of ISL? Thijman has some pearls of wisdom to offer.
I think the best advice is to really enough enjoy being in school while you can, because it'll all be over soon. It might feel like there's a lot of time ahead of you, but it ends really quickly. It's all over before you know it. So how weird it may sound, you should enjoy it as well.
As the silence of the exam room envelops our grade 12s, we wish you all the best in your exams. May you carry the spirit of ISL with you. For the rest, may Thijman's reflections be an inspiration for us all. Cherish each day. These moments are fleeting yet formative. I'm Leia, wishing our students every success for today and tomorrow.
We wish all the best to the grade 12 during their exams. But now, let's turn the tide and bring you the latest ISL updates. We've learned on our Easter Fox Media quiz that one of our marketing team members is off to a sailing adventure. Last week, Miss Catherine has traveled to Seattle to begin her 3-month journey across the Atlantic. Bon voyage!
I am flying to Seattle to join the Clipper Round the World sailing race. Joining the last 2 legs of the race, which takes us from Seattle all the way around America and then across the Atlantic back to Portsmouth in England. I am very excited. I've been preparing for this for almost 5 years now. I'm also quite nervous because it's going to be a big challenge. I'm looking forward to getting away from the 9 to 5 for 3 months and just, experiencing something completely different.
As the theme is trips, we also have news for a group of grade 8 students who just returned from Japan, where they immerse themselves in Japanese culture, language, sights, and of course, cuisine.
My favorite part of Japan was going to a part of Japan that people normally don't go to. Like when people think of Japan, they just think of Tokyo or other big cities.
Meanwhile, all roads leading to Rome for a group of grade 10 students as they explore art and history from the famous Colosseum to the Roman Villa in the city of the Vatican. And of course, a lot of Italian food.
I think the highlight of the trip for me was when we went above the big church in the Vatican and we saw Rome from overhead view.
Probably St. Peter's Basilica.
For me it was the St. Peter's Basilica. I really liked the ancient architecture.
The highlight of the trip for me was Vatican City, as I've got my own personal connection to there, as my grandparents were married in one of the chapels. And also I really loved the food, although after a week of eating pizza it got a bit tiring.
Fed up with pizza? How is that even possible? I guess they haven't heard. When in Rome, do as Romans do. Moving on, there are more explorations taking place this week. Safe travels to the students and staff who are off to Thailand. Cultural celebrations took place at ISL last week. The Turkish students celebrated Children's Day by wearing their traditional clothes and sharing some Turkish food. And the Dutch community brought a little color to our school as they enjoyed an orange-filled day to celebrate the King's birthday.
Fijne Koningsdag, Happy King's Day!
Our 7th graders diced, spliced, and spiced up the ultimate culinary clash. The Healthy Showdown was part of their science unit. You are what you eat.
It's good for children to just be going into high school, into further education, into work with the skills to make healthy meals and healthy choices. So that's the point of it. And we go around the whole country doing it.
Each team cooked a balanced, healthy meal in just 15 minutes. Green peas or red chilies? Who can taste the win? We're about to find out.
Congratulations on winning.
Thank you.
What did you cook today?
We made a vegan stroganoff with Miss Jana and with my other cousin Isaac. I learned that healthy cooking doesn't have to be all vegetables and just something plain. It can be something very, lots of flavors, something very diverse, and it can be very nice and it can be very enjoyable.
Well, fellow foxes, it's time to wrap up this week's news bundle. Before we sign off, here's a heartfelt Eid Mubarak to our friends who celebrated Eid over the break. We'll see you next week.